Good. Okay.
Okay, good.
We were supposed to be debating on like if hatred is inherent, then you should like give up or something like that, right?
If I remember correctly, you had messaged me that you want to talk about, because I had said on stream, I don't think that most bigots,
Yeah.
nowadays in particular on the internet, their bigotry is founded in like a deep, guttural, core hatred for those that are different as a premise, but instead that many of them are ignorant, usually on historical and sociological knowledge and education, and because of that, that ignorance can be easily taken advantage of by demagogues who are able to lower the level of the conversation down to one in which people hear an argument and simply chalk it up to common sense. Oh yeah, it sounds right to me.
Yeah.
And move on.
I agree with that part. It's mostly a like one comment you made, right?
Oh yeah. I'm
yeah.
To that part.
Yeah.
And then of course somebody in the chat, in YouTube chat, had said, no, it is just hatred. What do you mean they're taught to be that hateful? And I'm like, no, it's taught the vast majority of the time. No one is born racist. Maybe some real racist babies out there or something, but overall.
Yeah.
Why did I skip that message in game? I have no why.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I think that's a fan asking for a guild invite. I can't send a guild invite on this account.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, sorry, someone was messaging me in game because they're watching the stream.
It's okay.
But, yeah, as I was saying, I retorted to that saying, why would you respond to me pointing out that, at least in my experience, the evidence suggests that most of these people are not internally motivated by pure hate, a hate that cannot be reasoned with. I find, like, most of the time that kind of internal hate I don't think can be reasoned with, and that's what we're going to be arguing about. But I don't believe that was the case, and so I respond to them maybe a little overzealously, a little overly angry. Like, at that point, you might as well just give up then. Why fight so hard to die on the hill of these people are irredeemably shit on the inside, right? And so I think you heard that and you interpreted that as, okay, so if someone is just irredeemably shit, or not irredeemably, but shit on the inside, they can't be redeemed. So I guess we're here to debate that point.
Yeah, because, like, I consider myself shit on the inside. That might just be my self-esteem, but, like, I went through a phase of exterminate all humans for the sake of the planet. I don't know what my policies were with that. I was like a teenager in middle school. I didn't know. I came up with that on my complete own.
Proof that the Unabomber arrived at the...
True. Yeah, I saw like a glimpse of pollution and I was like, oh, humans did this. And so became, I don't know, wannabe supervillain. I don't know.
Yeah, you were flirting a little bit with eco-terrorism.
Hey, luckily my 11-year-old self didn't do anything. Had to take care of... Yeah. I had to take care of my grandma and grandpa. Still do. And my grandma, at least.
That's based.
Yeah.
That's a very awesome and respectable thing to do.
Yeah. Well, they literally raised me. So I...
Of course.
Yeah.
I still think it's admirable to do. People argue like, oh, they raised you, you have to do that. I don't think you necessarily had to. I think it speaks to your character that you do.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. Glad to know that people who watch me are good, responsible characters.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
How do you feel about the idea that if someone is truly motivated by guttural hatred, and I would argue that that level of guttural hatred is just not really reasonable. It's driven by, like, just hate upon the visual stimuli of seeing, like, I don't know, a black person, for instance. I don't know if that can be reasoned with, or certainly reasoned out of. Do you think it can be, and why?
I like to think that anyone can be reasoned with, because I like to believe we're all born good, you know? Like...
I I agree with that.
Yeah. Or at least, not good, neutral, you know? Yeah.
Well, there are people born with like well, it's hard to say if they're born with it or not, but there are a lot of the data seems to suggest that it's a mixture of nature and nurture, but like there's definitely a genetic or born factor to like antisocial tendencies. When I say like antisocial, I don't mean like being a shut-in. I mean like
Antisocial personality disorder, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Yeah.
not just ASPD, but just general antisocial behavior. Like the kind of behavior that, like, if you did a lot of it habitually, you might be a diagnosed with ASPD.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff, I feel, is fundamentally the type of mindset internally that brings people to that, like, hatred. Like, they see someone who's different, and it makes them feel, like, hate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because my point is that it's taught. Like, they're born good people, and then they're taught the hate factor.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if we disagree as
much. I agree on that. I just disagree, like, I think everyone can be reasoned with. Like, say you have someone that just absolutely, like, in their heart of hearts, despises the human species. You can probably explain to them how humanity is needed for the Earth to prosper and not fall into total ruin, because we've changed it so much from what it once was that the Earth can now not live without us. Like, buildings will fall, and, like, a bunch of species, like dogs, will just vanish.
Actually, no. Like, the Earth would be far better off if we all, like, died overnight.
Yeah.
Disappeared or something. Like, in terms of, like, the Earth's health as a whole, I mean, the Earth isn't gonna die. Life on Earth isn't gonna die.
True.
If we continue to fuck it. It's just going to adapt, as it always has. We're not gonna do anything, like, we're gonna be the ones who are fucked. Millions on millions of people will suffer for the actions of other humans, generally a smaller amount, with far more money. And so, like, Earth and life and all that, like, that's not what's really a threat here. It's the Earth as we know it. It's its habitability for ourselves. It's future generations being able to see the beauty that we grew up being able to see. That kind of thing.
That
makes sense. Where you're coming from. But, like, I don't know if you can logic someone out of that position. And I don't know if I want to go to this example, because it's, like, the memeiest fucking example, but I think I kind of have to.
Shoot for it.
Do you think that Hitler could have been reasoned out of, like, exterminating the Jews? Or even hating the Jews? Do you think he actually believed the Jews ruined Germany, or do you think he just said that to get everyone else to hate the Jews as much as he did?
I think it is a mixture of both a conspiratorial mind and a, like, bad, like, not really, I mean, I guess getting rejected from a painting school would be a bad thing happening to you. But I think he could have been reasoned with. But it would, like, he would need a lot of therapy. Clearly that man was not right in the head. I hope I'm like, not making a fool out of myself or anything, or like I'm coming across like, you know, I'm being coherent. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Like, I think someone like Alex Jones, with enough therapy, can be brought out of the hole he's in.
You might be right, because I feel like people like Alex Jones, because to be clear, Alex Jones doesn't believe the things he says. He's obviously been, like, the reason why he was sued and lost so hard over defamation, the defamation stuff.
Yeah, the people who out in Connecticut. Shout out my home state, actually.
Well, yeah, let's look at that. The standard in America for suing a public figure who does commentary and supposed satire for saying what he said, the standard to prove like they maliciously lied is so high. Like the amount of
That's
evidence
fair.
that has to be rolled out in court for it to be shown that Alex Jones knowingly, maliciously lied about dead children and their mourning families to make money and enrich himself. Like you have to be, I think, like a narcissistic monster on the inside to do that kind of thing. And while I don't think he'd ever voluntarily submit himself to therapy, I would love to see what happens if you like involuntarily commit someone like Alex Jones,
Yeah.
force them to undergo therapy to work on like empathy development, and see if like they come out of it with the ability to be such a like grifting monster like he is. Like that is an interesting idea.
Yeah. I don't know if there's an ethical way to do that, unfortunately.
Well, that had to be.
True. For science, anything can happen.
Exactly. You gotta do what you gotta do for science. We gotta figure out what's going on.
True.
They're not sending their best.
They, scientists of old didn't give a shit about ethics. They did certainly some stuff.
What the fuck is an ethics board? Boy, get the test tube. 1800 science.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's, like, one of those non-ethical, as we see it today, experiments is how we get, like, is a big starter of how we got the, gender dysphoria and, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah, how we understand trans people as they are today. You know?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know where
yeah.
you're coming from.
Yeah. I forgot what the study was.
I think that it's important. How many oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I keep on getting dialogue from
It's okay.
I'm looking for a general merchant. Anyway, what was I saying? Have you watched a lot of videos where it's like someone who used to be right wing talking about how they escaped like the right, or why they left?
I've seen yours. I've seen Mr. Horses. That's my little nickname for Vosh. Mr. Horse. Didn't
Did he used to be a conservative? Did he make a video like that?
I think so. I might be wrong about that. My memory is the worst. I know I've seen yours.
He told me he was like a high school libertarian.
Ah,
Not necessarily like a right conservative necessarily, but
yeah.
that's what I know. But yeah, no, I see what you mean. I would recommend that you seek out it doesn't have to be videos, but if you can find like forums, videos, anything like that, where they discuss the topic of like, I used to be conservative and I got out of it. I'm now left-leaning. If you can find anywhere where people tell that story and just kind of read a bunch of them, I think you'll find that a lot of far-right people and a lot of just like racists, bigots, homophobes, sexists, etc. They tell a story of how they were fooled into the ideas. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like
I was fooled into it myself. I was watching both Thought Slime and Clownfish TV both at the same time. I was like tug of war between my
the worst of both worlds.
True.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah,
I think... Sorry.
No, it's alright. I know I've seen Rashad's video on it. On like
Very
the
good.
yeah. Yeah.
I actually listened to that on my walk to the store the other day.
Nice. I've gotta listen to more of his content. I backlog a bunch of content, so when a new content creator shows up on my radar, for a while there's just a void. And right now, the only thing on my list for the next, I don't know, months or so, is your content, because reasons. the reason, yeah, the reasons of the entire debate bro sphere is dead.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I bring the debate back, honestly. I feel like I've just kind of passively gotten better at them from learning so much over time. At this point, it's like, I feel like I can detect someone who is, like, an overconfident, under-researched dumbass right away.
Yeah.
Because I have this, like, weirdly odd memory where I can't remember, like, thing I meant to do 5 minutes from now, but I can remember a weird niche political scandal from 10 years ago.
Honestly, same. I can't remember what I had for breakfast today, but I can remember exactly what I was playing, what level I was on, and where I was when the Shoe on Head, when you released your Shoe on Head video.
Fair, honestly.
I was playing Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers. I was almost at the end of the game. It's a good game. Good game.
I hope my commentary was able to make the gameplay even more
It
fun.
was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I wanted to bring up an example of a situation like what we're talking about. I think you'll find it interesting. I forget his full name, but his first name's like Daryl. He's a black man who went giga-viral for going to Ku Klux Klan meetings and essentially forcing positive interactions with Klan members. His idea was that a lot of these Klan members living in, like, the antebellum South, basically, never probably even seen a black person before, outside of, like, maybe Fox News clips, where they're like, oh, look at all these black people looting a building after a natural disaster.
Honestly, I went through that, similar childhood. I can count the number of black people I've seen in my school on one hand. One hand.
So he reasoned that out himself, that, like, a lot of these people have never had an interaction, much less a positive interaction with a black person in their lives.
Yeah.
It forced them into a situation where he's being so nice, so accepting, so positive, and so friendly that they kind of can't help but just reciprocate with that southern hospitality. And you've got these guys in their, like, Ku Klux Klan hoods.
I love that.
That are, like, they're so confused because they're kind of referring to them by the N-word, they're being, like, racist, but they're not being mean, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And over time, they slowly start to warm up to him, and bit by bit, he starts picking people out of the Klan. Like, they literally start leaving the Klan after becoming friends with them for long enough. He's been on Joe Rogan and a lot of other podcasts and news, like, shows and on CNN and stuff. He's a big deal back in the day. But he started, like, he actually, the KKK is considered practically dead now in terms of membership.
Good.
Compared to 10 years ago. And he is credited with a lot of, like, not being the sole reason, but he's credited as having done a lot to, like, pick it apart. Because so much of the KKK's, like, publicity at that point was about how there was a black man single-handedly, like, de-radicalizing its members.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, they just needed to be actually friends with a black guy.
Yeah, that
turns out, like, I guess we're not so different after all. They go to the cookout and they're like, oh shit, I'm not racist anymore.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it was a long process, and it involves breaking down walls and eroding ignorance. But it works, and I would say KKK members are some of the most dark-souled people you can possibly find. You know, they're just like shit on the inside. They're pretty bad people. You
Yeah.
say. And yet they've have their minds changed, right? Like even the.
And anyone can find their way out of the darkest of pits. That's what I'm trying to convince my friend Matt to see, right? My friend Matt, big conservative. He's posted some conspiratorial shit on his Instagram stories, right? Some like real JQing, like actual JQing, and I'm like, ooh, damn. I really hope I can like force him out of that. But like, yeah, cause like I know he's a good person, and he's. I've known him for, I don't know, a few years. But, like, I try to see the good in everyone and try to, like, bring that out, you know?
Yeah, Well,
Yeah.
he's JQ, and it's because he's heard the JQ, and he fell for it.
Yeah.
He can be saved, I'm sure. I mean, like, I imagine that his mind can be changed. I don't think that he's gonna be a Nazi forever necessarily.
Yeah,
Or Nazi adjacent.
he's moved all the way to Maine now, so I can't really hang out with him as much.
Yeah, you know what you gotta do when your buddy is getting, like, a little Nazi-esque?
What?
Take him to... What is the thing where on Fridays Jewish people eat the bread that you dip in salt? Do we have any Jews in chat? Hey, Val. Oh, it's such an amazing thing. Is this happening in my tavern? I'm doing a call-in right now in Bal's Tavern. Yeah, you can join if you want, so we can talk after the convo. But yeah. What's the holiday? It's on Fridays. I'm certain.
Just give him a really good Jewish bagel.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's like I've had like quite a few invitations to like Jewish holiday events.
Yeah.
Houses and stuff. And there's one that I don't know if it was just on one Friday or if it was like a regular Friday thing, but there is fresh baked bread. And it's like made in a special like bread cooker. Maybe it's Sabbath, I don't know. It's made in a special bread cooker where it's like you put the ingredients in, you put the lid on, you leave it there for about 8 hours. Like you start it in the morning, and then by like evening, it's fresh, it's hot, it's fluffy and airy and fully risen. And,
I think that's like a steamer kind of situation.
Yeah, it might be like steamed bread. That might be what it is. I think it's
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's Shabbat actually. That sounds right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That sounds delicious.
It's delicious, like, and it's a different kind of bread than like what you might get at a bakery. Like, it's not the same kind of bread as like a baguette. It's super like fluffy and airy, but it's also dense, and it like tears apart in like this very different way than most bread does. And then you have this like bowl of salt. It's a straight up bowl of salt, and you just dip the bread into the salt, and you eat it, and you will demolish 4,000 calories of bread before you've realized you've had 3. Like before you realize it, like it's so good.
Yeah.
Autopilot eating it.
It's good for bulking. I'm sure of it.
Bread. That's what it's called, challah bread. The other motherfucker's some challah bread.
Yeah.
It will change him. Okay? He'll be like, I get it now.
Yeah. He's the one who actually recommended me my pre-workout that I buy while I work out to your streams.
That's funny.
Yeah.
My old ex-conservative friend, who I've actually successfully made progressive by just
Really?
being friends with him, is actually the one who recommended my
Mass gainer, yeah.
my mass gainer stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I swear, I'm like psychically linked to you, cause like every time you're having a little stutter, I'll be like this, and then suddenly you're like this.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, to be fair, I'm also playing the game, and so a lot of my attention is kind of diverted. You might be watching the stream and getting your attention diverted at the same time.
I'm all on Discord. I was gonna play some Marvel Rivals, but I couldn't get it to video capture. Well, yeah.
You should consider trying out Classic WoW, joining my guild.
I'm considering it just to give you all my stuff. That's the only way I can play it, if I'm just helping Hot Man get progression.
I appreciate it. Well, like, Classic WoW, to do any of the endgame content, really, like, you need, like, 40 people to do the raids, for instance, and so as many people as we can possibly get to join the guild is ideal. We want as many people as possible. The more the merrier, including new players. We love teaching new players. I've never raided in Classic before, so, like, I want to bring in a bunch of people to experience these new experiences with me. I've never raided in Burning Crusade or Wrath either, so when those come out in 1 and 2 years respectively, we're going to get the level through Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King and Raid.
That sounds amazing. I might recommend the guild to my friend's dad, although he plays retail, because he was playing Classic when it was retail. So he,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would reassure him that it's not rose-tinted goggles. It really is as good as he remembers. It really is.
Yeah. Him and, my friend are, like, pretty cool.
Ding. Level 6.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. Was there, since I got a turn... Actually, no, we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Let's, start to wrap up the conversation. But
Okay.
you need to give, like, your closing statement and leave. I've still got to find one more. It might take a minute.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's been an honor, honestly. Like, an honor. Like, you should see my face right now. I'm, like, jumping with excitement. Then again, I just finished the monster. So, yeah.
You're tweaking out right now.
Exactly. I got some Ultra Vice Guava because, unlike you, I have good monster takes.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I've tried it before. It's good. It's good. It's not the best. And also, it doesn't serve as a good pre-workout because of the sugar.
I mean, I like the sugar before a workout, but it's really trash.
Yeah. Like yeah, it's been an honor.
No, absolutely. It's been very nice having you here. I very much appreciate that you consider it an honor to talk to me. It's actually very. I will not let that go to my head. I will not let that inflate my ego.
No, let it inflate your ego. Let it inflate your ego.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on and talking to me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. I hope you have a good one, okay?
Yeah. And hopefully, not in a clout sharky way, but like hopefully this convo brings more people to my channel because you inspired me.
True. Drop the link in chat.
Yes. Gotta pull it up on my phone. Come on. I also have my like, you know where you can like shout out like channels that you're friends with on on Discord, not Discord, on YouTube, right? I have some of my friends on there. Kind of like how you had your little crew on there before everything went out. Yeah. It's really unfortunate that happened. Yeah, hopefully we can build a better left. Yeah, true. You're 100K.
Yeah, it's overplayed here, by the way, by the 16th.
Yes!
UPS.
That's like a few days after I get my my new Beyblades.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I hope you have a good one. I hope you enjoy your new Beyblades as well.
Yes.
And I hope you keep yourself safe out there.
Yeah.
I'll see you on WoW.
Hopefully, after this conversation, I'll be covering a Vosh video about his horrible food takes as like an amateur bodybuilder.
When I hung out with him, we did go to good restaurants, but his food takes, as I've heard them, are pretty cringe.
Yeah, he fell for the seed oils are bad and the added sugar is bad thing, when really everything needs to be in moderation, right? I don't think any food is particularly bad. However, an overconsumption of it's a whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, nutrition comes down to two things: calories in, calories out. And
Exactly.
So, you know, if you're getting more calories in than you're getting out, you're going to gain mass.
Yeah.
And if you're not meeting your macros, then chances are that mass is going to become fat, especially if you don't work out.
Yeah.
Transform that energy into muscle growth.
Yeah. Heck, I can barely see my feet through my chest. I'm getting there.
Gotta keep on the grind. I believe it.
Yeah.
I wish you luck, my friend.
Yeah. I wish you luck on your bulking journey because hard gaining sounds like a nightmare for me.
I feel like I'm a competitive
Actually, you might
Those calories in.
you might want to start doing that. With your metabolism, you could win money.
I went to the Coney Island hot dog place in Coney Island, New York.
I've never been to Coney Island.
Many Nathan's hot dogs that when I looked in the wall and saw the record amount that have been eaten by someone in one sitting, I genuinely was like, Mom, I've eaten 5 of these hot dogs and I'm still down to eat more. I think I could beat that like 88 hot dog record. Like I'm down to eat 10, and I'm not even trained or prepared right now. Like I'm not joking. Those Nathan's glizzies at the Coney Island hot dog place, I'd gobble those fuckers. I'm the glizzy gobbler, bro.
I don't eat hot dogs. It's not my thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Nathan's hot dogs. I get it.
More of a burger guy myself. I fucking love burgers.
Burgers are great.
I got these jalapeno cheddar Bubba burgers. They're so good. I haven't had them in a while, and like I gotta cook more up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do have to boot you out now.
Okay.
because you have
I'm so sorry this took so long.
No, it's all good. I do appreciate it though. I hope you have a good one. Okay. Thank you. For
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been an honor once again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay up there, okay?
Yeah. Have a nice day. I got off and I screamed. I got off and it basically exploded. Shit.
Anyway, we're back.
Look.
We are back, and we can turn in these quests. How do you guys like that combo? I feel like it turned out pretty well.